What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back on another pregame live stream. Now, hopefully, you guys can hear me well. I'm testing out this new sound device. So let me know if you guys can't hear me for any reason. Lakers Warriors tonight. Super interesting, super fun. It's gonna be a blast. We're gonna break it all down. Plus, Clippers just lost to the Milwaukee Bucks in the last couple seconds. I didn't see the game, but I did see the highlights. Obviously, anytime the Clippers lose, it's celebration time for LA. You know what it is. But yeah, so the Clippers lose, which means that the Lakers have a great chance of moving up in the standings after tonight with a dub. So tonight's victory just became that much more crucial. Currently, the Lakers are in third place in the West, and we're tied in the loss column with the Clippers until I think the Clippers actually just added another loss, which is 12 to our 11. So as long as we win tonight, we have a great chat. We have a great chance of moving up, man. And this is the revenge game. Remember, they did beat us, man. The Warriors did beat us last game. They came back down. What was it, 17 or something like that? So all in all, we have a great chance to capitalize tonight. How y'all feeling about tonight's game, man? I'm feeling amazing. Let's see. He said Clippers choking as usual. As usual. By the way, I have the clip of the final seconds. I did want to go ahead and play that, especially since you know, they lost in the final seconds. They're supposed to be this great defensive team, right? But yeah, it didn't really look that way to me, honestly. So let's dive right into this clip, man, and enjoy these final seconds of the Clipper Milwaukee Buck game. Giannis. Kick it out. Good ball movement. Okay, look at this. Right down the lane. What is PG doing? What you mean traveling, Paul George? Come on, somebody. Nobody moved in defensively. Nobody rotated over, and Giannis did his thing, man. Beautiful. Just wanted to watch that little clip right quick with you guys. I love it, man. I love it. They're supposed to be this great defensive team that everybody sucks up to. By the way, did you guys hear the sound on that? Because I did it. But you know, they're supposed to be this great defensive team that's supposed to win a championship this year, according to many early in the season. Now that Brooklyn's been winning, even though they lost recently, now everybody wants to jump off to that bandwagon. But bottom line is, we still here. We ain't gone nowhere just because of the injuries. Lakers still here, man. Lakers still here. Yes, sir, Seth. Were you guys able to hear the sound on that or no? Let me double check. Let me double check with you guys. Let's see. Can you guys hear it or not? Did you guys hear any sound? All right, just trying to check, guys. Is Dan always getting better at the streaming? Appreciate you, man. He said that was beautiful, Dan. Seen that replay, yes, sir. Look, anytime the Clippers lose, you might say, hey, you know, what are the implications? The implications, guys, they were a game ahead of us in the loss column, and now if we can win tonight, we will go ahead of them. So that's that's majorly huge. That's spectacular. I think. Here's the key for the Lakers tonight, guys. Obviously, we go up against the Warriors. You know, they got tons of great shooters, including Curry. We have to make sure these other role players step in and do what they got to do, man. These other role players for the Lakers have to step up tonight. We're not talking LeBron, obviously, or Harold. We know those are the two most consistent players we have, but I'm talking to everybody else. From Kuz, we're going to need to knock down shots. KCB, please, let tonight be one of those nights, those bubble type nights. We have to crash the glass. We know Draymond is there. I'm not sure, is there number 2 overall pick in the play tonight? Not sure quite yet, but we got to keep them off the glass for sure, and don't give them second chance points, because that's a recipe for disaster. Excuse me. And will we see Damian Jones play tonight? That is the biggest question of all, right? I did put up a poll, and you guys thought, yeah, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. But in general, you know, Frank Vogel's very unpredictable. I have no idea if he's going to step in here and actually give the kid some PT. But all in all, look, Clippers lose. If we could just capitalize, get the dub tonight, I'm going to feel so amazing, man. I might come out here with popping some champagne right after the game. Maybe it's too early for that, but, you know, you get the point. I'm going to be super excited. Jarhead says, sub DTLF, much love, my brother. He said, it's always a blessing tapping in with you for your knowledge. Appreciate you, bro. He said, in the game, Dennis Schroeder will be the X factor in today's game, I hope. We just never know. I hope so, too. I mean, he was great last game, but Trez could easily be. I could see Trez being the X factor tonight, obviously, besides LeBron every single night. But all in all, look, Clippers lose. If the Lakers could just lock in. Perimeter defense has to be on point, especially if Mark's playing heavy minutes, because once they get past Marc Gasol, I'm sorry, once they get past the perimeter, and it's a layup in the paint, right? Marc Gasol is just basically a poster child. But if we could just, if we could just come out here, man, and execute on the offensive end, try not to turn the ball over, man. Turnovers have been an Achilles heel for the Lakers this season, right? Those lead to easy transition buckets going the other way. And again, we'll see if the kid Jones will play. I would. If I was coach, I mentioned this in the last post-game recap. If I was coach, man, I would definitely, play the kid tonight. This is his former team, so he could have an extra chip on his shoulder. And, when you're hungry, what do you do when you're hungry, man? You snack, right? We eat chips. So at the end of the day, we have a nice little player with a lot of motivation on the bench. He has some potential to him. Will tonight be the night he gets unleashed? What do you guys say in the comment section right here? Earlier, I put up a Twitter poll. People believe he will play minutes here and there, 5 to 10. But in general, we just don't know with Frank. Very unpredictable. Calls. I won't be taking calls tonight. We alternate. One day yes, one day no. Unless something really spectacular happens and we have to do calls, then I will be I will open up to it. But again, your guys' choice. You guys decided, you wanted to alternate. So that's why we do it that way. My man Telly says experience is the best teacher in life. The Lakers will find a way to win the chip this year. I believe it, Telly. I truly believe it. I have not stopped believing in this Laker team. I know a lot of analysts have jumped off the ship, but give us a couple of more months, man. I think everybody's going to be trying to, they're going to be trying to swim back, on the boat with the life jacket, and the arc's going to be close. So, he said he should definitely play. We need to see what he's got. My man said, can we cut Gasol? Absolutely not. Here's the thing. He has a 2-year deal, right? If you cut him, you're going to be on the hook for next year as well. So, yeah, you don't want to do that. You'd rather just keep him on. Excuse me. You rather just keep him on and try to see what you could get out of him. Now, he has a player option for next year. Most likely he's going to opt in. So, yeah, you guys might as well start getting used to him because he's going to be around. The key here is bringing him off the bench because I think he won't be that bad off the bench at all. Hey, what up, Humble? Salute, brother. How you doing? Dan, ready to get a whole nother win tonight? Let's go, Lakers. Jameson, I think we got this, bro. I really do. I think, look, the Warriors are they're a tough team to match up with, especially they've been playing a lot better. Curry is having an MVP caliber season, so congratulations to him. But the real MVP, we know he's wearing purple and gold tonight. That's who really should be the MVP. But bottom line is, look, the team, I've realized this about the Golden State Warriors. The team goes as Draymond Green goes. When Clay is not there, the team goes as Draymond Green goes. So to me, he's the heart and soul. Curry is a very skilled player. He could put up 30 to 40 any given night, maybe more. And you definitely have to contain him. But what I mean by Draymond is his heart, passion, his defensive prowess, the way he can crash the glass and fight and just little ticky-tack plays, they really energize the team and get them going. It's similar to what Trez does for us, right? And I'm very interested to see that matchup. Trez versus Draymond Green should be fun. Obviously, Draymond starts, but, Trez is going to get heavy minutes tonight. I do want to see how that matchup pans out. Can they cancel out each other? Will Trez win the matchup? Will Draymond win the matchup? Offensively, Trez will win it, but defensively is where it matters, man. When Trez is locked in defensively, it brings a whole nother dynamic to our team. And again, I'm not sure if the second overall pick in the draft is going to play James Wiseman, but I like the kid's potential. I do. He said, doing good. Thanks for asking, Dan. Appreciate you, bro. He said, ready for the game later. Absolutely. And what we got a little less than 2 hours, right? We got about 1 hour and 40 minutes, 42. But time goes by fast. We're just trying to kill time right now. So if you guys have any questions, my question for Laker Nation is, do you guys feel like this kid, and I know you haven't seen him play yet, but just based on the highlights, we all know everybody rated the YouTube section to watch this kid highlights, right? The one we picked up on a 10-day contract. Do you guys feel like he has what it takes to actually, Damian Jones, do you guys think he has what it takes to actually win over a roster spot on this Laker team. And remember, we do have 2 open roster spots, including the one he's currently occupying. Now, that's my question for you guys. I think he does have what it takes, but it's going to matter on the coaching staff to put him in those positions to succeed. He said, hey, Dan, Laker fan, hope you're having a great weekend. I hope Frank Vogel could play Damian Jones for a good 10 or 20 minutes. He said, I would like to see Jones score 20 points, 10 rebounds on the Warriors. That would be nice, but it sounds like a pipe dream right now. I don't think he'll get that many minutes, bro, unfortunately. But anywhere from 5 to 10, I'd be happy just to see him get real bouncy out there, just to see somebody who could provide what we're lacking right now, and that's athleticism, speed, mobility in the paint, and maybe even a block or two. But, my man said, Dan, I know you're happy for your second team, the Knicks. Bro, I'm so excited for the Knicks. You don't understand. They haven't been to the playoffs in a long time, and it's really looking very possible now, especially with the acquisition of Derrick Rose. Now, in the standings, they are currently 5th. They're tied with the Raptors for 4th place, guys. So I told you guys when they got Derrick Rose, I think they're going to crack a playoff spot, and nothing has changed there, like at all. I'm very excited for the fact that they continue to get better as a team, as a unit. And I think, the sky's the limit for Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks right now. Currently, as they stand, they are, like I said, tied for 4th place in the East. And actually, you know what? I kind of want to see – I kind of do want to see what their schedule is like. Would you guys like to come see with me? Let's see. Let's see if we can see what their schedule is like right quick. The New York Knicks, all right, currently tied right here. They're in 5th place. Let's see what their schedule is looking like. Okay, so they just beat the Pacers, man. That was a battle. I saw highlights of it. I didn't get to catch the game. But today they go up against the Pistons. We know about the Pistons. We know all too well about the Pistons, who took us to, I think, double overtime. So they're fighters. And then they got the Spurs on Tuesday, followed by Thursday the Pistons, and then the Bucks. So they have a good chance to win all 3 of these games. Maybe if they're hot, they'll go into this one with some momentum. But their schedule's looking all right now. I think the Knicks are going to continue to get better. And again, nobody gives Tom Thibodeau enough credit, but this cat right here, man, Tom Thibodeau is legit. My man said, this is a message game. The Lakers must realize that and don't treat this just like a regular game. I wish the Lakers came out with that sense of urgency, bro. But then again, let's be real. I think the Lakers are trying to win and not overexert themselves, especially due to the fact that LeBron plays heavy minutes. If LeBron James continues to carry the load and play this amount of heavy minutes, Laker Nation's going to be biting their nail to the bone. We're nervous right now. We're nervous because of that. We need LeBron to take a chill pill. But everybody else should play their heart out. Very happy we have Dennis back. He's going to fight through those screens, and he's going to go under them and over them and try to contest every single Steph Curry shot. So hopefully he tires him out. That way his legs aren't there and he's not splashing stuff on us tonight. The Clippers loss feels good, right? We did see the highlights earlier. If you're just tuning in, we did see the last minute. I never want to see the highlights to a full Clipper game, man, unless, they just got eliminated from the second round of the playoffs again. Then we can go back and make fun of them. But all in all, it's a golden opportunity for Lakers to capitalize right now. He said, hello from Brazil. Let's go Lakers. Hey, appreciate you, bro. And thanks, Young Elder. I appreciate the donation, brother. Thank you so much. He said the Lakers got the second best record in the league right now, and we need to win tonight. Let's get it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Here's a chance for us to solidify that second spot, at least for a whole nother game or so. It's a golden opportunity right now. And again, going back to the standings right now, the Lakers are currently let's go back. Yeah, we're tied. I think in the last section. Let me see if I can go back here. Okay, here you go. Western Conference. The Lakers currently 23-11. The Clippers just picked up another L, so disregard this right here. It's 20. They're 24-12. So yeah, we're automatically going to slide up to second place, and then if we solidify it with a win tonight, then we'll stay there. If we lose, unfortunately, we will slide down back to third spot. But again, the standings is irrelevant for now. It's still early, right? It's still very early, and we still got time. But bottom line is, if you look at the Western standings, you look at the way they are right now. The Western Conference standings, man, you got the Jazz at 27-7. They're well ahead of the pack, right? They're 4 games up on the loss column. and and then you got Clippers, Lakers, Suns. The Suns are creeping up. The Suns are definitely creeping up, so we got to monitor that. Then you got the Spurs, and then everybody else is below. Everybody else is all bundled up from 6 to 9. They're around the same vicinity. But basically, the top three teams are the Jazz, the Lakers, and the Clippers, followed by the Suns right there in fourth slot. I think if the Lakers could just finish due to injuries, I no longer expect them to be first in the West. Can we? Absolutely, especially if it comes back a little sooner than expected, and we do work there. We'll be just fine. But it's not about expecting them to finish on top. I want us just to finish in the playoffs, and also I want us just to to hopefully be a top 4 to 5 seed. That way, just in case they bring the fans back and they decide to do 7-game series and respective home court advantage starts to kick in, then we'll have that advantage. But all in all, I think the Lakers are going to be straight. We need to continue to build on the momentum of the last game we won, though, for sure. I think tonight it's definitely not a must-win, but it would be nice. It would definitely be nice if we could pull this off, especially considering that the Warriors are trying to creep up in the standings as well. The Warriors currently in the standings, they are 7th place, and they're 19-15. So they're trying to creep up, and it's our job to push them back down. Dan, do you think we should cut Dudley and add 3 new players? Who can help us in the playoffs? Now, I think with the 2 slots, we'll be straight, man. I really do. I think with the 2 slots, it's more than enough, in my opinion, at least. You say, yo, Dan, what's up, bro? How do you feel about Markieff starting again tonight? Well, I'm not a huge fan of it. Y'all know how I feel about the boy Kuz, man. He deserves those starter minutes. But as long as we win, man, look, it doesn't matter who starts the game. It matters who finishes. I mean, technically it does matter because of Kuzma's so much better starting. So that's the reason it does bother me. But I'm still rooting for whoever's starting at that position. Are you concerned that AD might not come back 100? He said, we will be thinking about his Achilles injury on the court, and we won't try as hard. Jack, we need him to rest as much as possible. We need him to rest as much as possible, Jack. So whatever his time is, when he's ready to come back on the court, and the Lakers will be ready to compete. That's all we need. Remember, at the end of the year, the main goal is winning the championship, and for the Lakers, is always championship or bust. Always. If we're not like these other fake pretending teams like the Clippers, who, they celebrate division banners in the past, or they were popping champagne when they got into the playoffs because supposedly they were underdogs. Bottom line is, look, Lakers, we don't settle for nothing less. Championship rings and manners, and that's nothing less. My man said, can't take a risk on AD to come back early. Absolutely not. We have enough depth to carry ourselves and to continue just holding our head above water. That's the key. That's the key right there. Lakers gang, King. What is it? King Chiles. I like that. King Chiles. He said, what's up? From Manhattan, New York. He said, I haven't been this excited about my Knicks for God knows how long. He said, as a Knicks fan, and Lakers are my second favorite team. He said, y'all are classy fans, DTLF. Much love, Laker Nation. We try, brother. We try. Every fan base has its toxic section. But yes, Laker fans, we try to be as classy as possible, man, because our franchise, we take after our franchise. Our franchise is super classy. And but we appreciate you, man. Thanks for the love. I reciprocate your feeling. My second favorite team has always been the Knicks. But I am happy for you guys, man. And I hope you guys make noise, because when the Lakers and the Knicks are in the playoffs, it's a great thing for the NBA. 2 of the most loyal fan bases right there, He said, what's up, Dan? Will the Lakers win today? I think they will. Man. I'm feeling a victory. Let me sniff it out. Yep, it smells like a victory to me, bro. It smells very pleasant, and that might just be my cologne. But bottom line is, yes, victory ahead. I think in order for us to succeed tonight, though, we have to come out with the same sense of urgency we did last game. But let's do it. He said, Canelo pound for pound king. Yes, sir. Guadalajara, Jalisco in the house. That's what's up. That's where my mom's from, too. He said, Dennis Schroeder, King James, D. Jones, Trez, and Kuzma. You would like that to be the starting lineup? Ooh, that would be a long shot, bro. That would be a long shot. Yeah, coaches don't usually throw 10-day contracts into the fire like that unless everybody else is injured or foul trouble or something crazy. So yeah, don't hold your breath for that, pal. We'd be lucky just to see him for a couple minutes, to be honest with you. But I'm excited overall for the game, man. Like I said, we got Shooter back, made a huge difference last game. Let's see what he could do on Curry. All eyes on Shooter tonight. Um, they have no solution for LeBron James. Wiggins too skinny. Kelly Oubre too pretty. He's sitting over there like a pretty boy, too pretty. And then you got Draymond Green too small. They really got nobody for Mr. King James. So I think he's about to go off tonight. And as far as Trez, that's another intriguing matchup. Like I said, if Trez gets the matchup versus Draymond Green, I think it'll be such a fun matchup because they're both very feisty players. Like I respect both of their play styles. Yes, one complains a lot more than the other, and we know who we're talking about, Draymond Green. But Trez is he's a very integral part of this team. He is like I said, when we acquired him, y'all remember how happy I was because I felt like we snatched the heart and soul of the Clippers. He was the only one with personality over there, man. Everybody else is just a robot. Dan, is Damian Jones playing tonight? Let me look into my crystal ball right quick. No, I'm just playing. I don't know, bro. I hope he plays. I hope he plays, man. I really do. The Nets are like the Clippers to us. Nets don't belong in Brooklyn, and the Clippers don't belong in LA. Thank you, 12. If a 12-year-old smart kid can see that, why can't the rest of confused version of Los Angeles see that as well, right? Like all 12 Clipper fans should just move. They should go cheer for another team because they're never going to be beloved here. Just like New York Knicks fans, they can see the truth. He said, all eyes on KCP, man. He disappeared for a while now. That's true. Again, role players have to step up. I'm looking at everybody. But, Golden State has been so much better since Draymond, right? He has been so much better. They have been like – he is the heart and soul of that team. No matter what – I know I'm going to catch slander for saying that. Curry is the most skilled player they have, but he's not the leader there, man. Because what was Curry doing before Draymond came back? Defensively, Draymond's just an anchor. He just gets everybody to their spots, and he's like a free safety back there. He's like the Ray Lewis of basketball. So as much as you can dislike Draymond or whatever, you have to give him mad credit because that team is just a different animal. It's another layer to the Warriors. And again, it's not a diss to Curry. It's just Draymond does the dirty work, and as a result, I feel like the team just operates so much better defensively with him out there. Dan, are we the best in the West? I think we'll find out by playoff time, but I do think we are. When healthy, I think by far we are. Now, Utah's up there with us, man. I didn't want to give them credit earlier, but Utah is up there. You have to give them respect, man. That record is not an accident, right? It's not an accident at all. Like that record. What are they? They're 27-7. That record is crazy, bro. They're 8-2 in the last 10 games, and they continue to get better. So again, I think there's always a team that rises. Last year was the Denver Nuggets. This year's the Utah Jazz. You got to watch out for them. That's one team you got to respect in the West, no matter what. Now, obviously, I still think we're better in a 7-game series. Nobody's stopping LeBron and AD, but you still got to respect. You got to show your opponent respect. And right now, Utah is a formidable opponent. They're putting the Jazz on the map. And I'm not talking about the fans. I'm not a big fan of Utah Jazz fans. Some of them are really racist. So, yeah, I'm not talking about the fans. But I'm talking about they're putting that team on the map. The players are, right? So that's a team we weren't talking about coming into the season. So, again, credit to the leadership in that team led by Jesus, why do I forget his name? He's one of my favorite players, too. The little guard, Donovan Mitchell. Louisville product. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, man. They're doing work over there. So, Dan, I started liking the Knicks ever since last year. They started becoming my second favorite team as well. Dang, for real? I've been liking the Knicks for a long time, bro. I just, game recognized game. Even though they haven't been good, I can only relate to their fan passion. Like, we're just as passionate as Knicks fans. The only difference is we actually win. But, Knicks fans, I respect the fact that they stuck by their team. Even when you guys remember when they were cutting out holes on the brown paper bags and they were out here like ashamed of their owner and stuff? It was hilarious. Like, I love that. But they were still there. They were still buying tickets. They were out here, fans were telling their owner to sell the team and getting kicked out, but they were still rooting on the team. Like that's some real fan passion there. My man said, I think Curry is one hell of a shooter. He's probably one of the best shooters that we've ever seen. I think Curry is a bit overrated. I'm not hating. Do you agree, DTLF? Yeah, bro. I agree with everything you said, especially I wouldn't say I wouldn't use the word overrated, but I look at certain things, right? Like no disrespect to Curry, but Kobe caught a lot of flack, God rest his soul, when he was alive, due to the fact before he won the final two championships that he was never finals MVP. Last I checked, Curry doesn't have a single finals MVP. So you can make the case that his team is always so stacked that he's never had to truly be that, that type of leader, which it's not a knock against him, but it just shows that, I guess to your point, a little bit of overratedness could be attached to his name. But as far as being a skilled player, he's out of this world. I mean, the man can pull it from anywhere. He has great handles. He has great basketball IQ. He's sensational. I'm not trying to hate on him, but I will say that it's funny how people critique Kobe Bryant for not winning a Finals MVP till he finally did, and then they turn around and forget about that when it comes to Steph Curry, who doesn't have a single one. So that's my only point about him. Defensively, he sucks. He said, Dan, my lineup is Dennis, KCP, LeBron James, Kuz, and Jones. Yeah, I mean, that's a dream lineup for sure, but it's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. He said, Golden State Warrior fans are delusional, still think it's 2005. Well, Golden State Warrior fans, this is the way I see them. If you weren't around for the, Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, Kalina Azubuike days, then you're not a real Warriors fan. You're a bandwagon who just decided to join the team when Curry joined the team. So that's the way I see it, right? For the rest of them, hey, if they've been around since those days, power to you, man. Power to you. That's what it's all about. He said, Tony, quit trolling. Tony, I don't see a Tony. Damian Jones plays like, oh, okay, I see what you mean. He said, Jones should start over Gasol just to see what he can bring. Yeah, I'd love that too, Rody, but yeah, realistically, it's not going to happen. Knowing Coach Frank Vogel, that would be shocked if that happens. Hey, Dan, mad love and respect to you, brother. He said, P.S. It's very beautiful to see the players that were drafted by us are out here succeeding. He said Clarkson, Randall, Ingram, etc. You remember that, Raekwon? You remember how I used to say they were all going to be very, really good players in this league? We just had to be patient. And people were doubting me, man, in those times. But I see talent for what it is. And I was very proud of the way that the Lakers drafted. Very proud. The only blunder we had, and I will admit it now, because he did pan out to be a superstar player, is we should have picked Jason Tatum over Lonzo. But you can't blame our front office. We were in dire need of a guard. We already had Brandon Ingram. And not only were we in need of a guard, there was this UCLA product that just looked so sensational. Maybe had his dad not got involved and put that big-ass target on his back and, distracted him with all that, big baller brand stuff on the side, maybe he would have panned out like his younger brother. By the way, shout out LaMelo. He is fun. I put up a poll on my Twitter. If you guys don't follow me, at Dan, a Lakers fan, go ahead, do that. And the poll read, if there was 2 expansion teams in the league, right? And you were the GM of one of them, and you had your pick of the litter between Brandon Ingram, Jason Tatum, or LaMelo Ball, who are you picking? I said, personally, I'm picking LaMelo because LaMelo Ball is very fun. He's young, he's exciting, he's athletic, he's a hybrid. He's like a 6'7" point guard with insane court vision, who is very fun to watch and gets everybody involved. So for recruitment process, free agency is going to be off the charts. So personally, even though the other 2 are more skilled offensively and probably more versatile when it comes to the offensive end, I'm picking LaMelo for the same reason. He's just very special talent, and I was a wait and see type. When LaMelo came in, I liked his talent out of high school. Obviously, he went overseas. He struggled a bit till he got to Australia, but overall, he panned out quicker than I thought. Like I was like, let's wait and see with the kid. Let's not put too much pressure. And bam, next thing you know, he's starting. He's starting. They might have to trade either Devontae Graham or Teddy Rozier because that kid needs to start. So he has it. He has that. Like my man P. Win right here says, he has the it factor, and he's going to continue to get better. My man Enrique said Clippers are choke artists. Bro, hasn't that always been the case? Like Clipper fans were so happy, man. They came like roaches that one day that we were losing and we got injured and all that. They were over here just making fun of us. Now they're really quiet. That's the way it works, though, huh? He said, I don't want Marquise starting. I don't think anybody wants that, bro, but we're going to root for him as long as he does because we need all the production we can get from that position. So I feel you on that. He said, yo, Dan, is 7-1 Kai Soto will be in the 2021 NBA draft? I have no idea, bro. It's way too early. And here's the thing about the Lakers. For those of you that don't know, we do have a draft pick this year. And most likely we will be making that selection because even though we made that trade for AD, we put a protection on the pick. For anywhere from 8 to 31, we keep the pick. From 7 below, they keep it. So I mean, we're not going to finish 7 below. We're not going to be a lottery team. So we're going to keep our pick. And I'm looking forward to drafting another young talented piece. The Lakers do an excellent job. So who do you guys like? I know it's still early, but as we get closer to the draft, I will be making another draft video. You guys know the ritual. He said LaMelo is so much better than Lonzo. He is. Most of the time, they say the younger brother always tends to learn from the older ones and just like he becomes that hybrid, right? Plus, he has that chip on his shoulder from the brothers always putting their thumb on him and putting him down and stuff like that. Just even if it's playing around, but they got that little chip on their shoulder. They play harder. But what impresses me the most about this kid LaMelo Ball is his poise, his confidence. He comes in here, man, and he's playing behind two other players that could probably off the top score better than him, but as he's getting more comfortable, he's becoming a game manager, and he's really learning how to run a team, and he's looking better by the minute, man. The other night, he had like a crossover. He attacked the rack and finished with a jam. I was like, yeah, that's a star move right there. He said, yo, Dan, I like when the Clippers lose as well because the Thunder own their future. There you go, bro. Hey, let's all shake fans, man. Anytime the Clippers – let me tell you something. The Clippers are such an irrelevant franchise that everybody benefits when they lose. They're like that stepping stone everybody got to step on just to get to the next game, And it feels good when they get stepped on. It's a beautiful thing because they're 12 fans, all 12 of them are so arrogant and cocky that they're just annoying. Like, bro, y'all ain't never won nothing. And they're talking about they run LA. Think about that. Think about how stupid of a fan you have to be to utter in the same breath the Clippers as champions. They never did it before. They probably never will. You guys are a cursed franchise with disrespectful, ugly fans. And, it's unfortunate that you guys actually believe that you're better than us at all. Like, even when we're down, you're not better than us. That's how bad it is. We still outsell you in ticket sales when we were able to get into the arenas. We outsell you in jersey sales. Well, the NBA doesn't need the Clippers in the playoffs. The NBA needs the Lakers in the playoffs. The ratings skyrocket. It's different. There's levels to this, man. And the Clippers are bottom feeders. They've always been that type of franchise. They're at the bottom of the well. And they get a rich owner, and all of a sudden they think they can buy a championship, but it doesn't work that way. Winning a championship, it takes history. It takes culture. It takes leadership. All of nothing that which you have. None of that. So Kawhi is the closest thing to a leader, but he's not a leader. He's not very verbal. He leads by example type, but sometimes you need verbal leadership as well. And that's why I don't believe they have what it takes to win a championship at all. He said, they have only one fan, Steve Ballmer, LOL. That's true, right? Everybody else is a bandwagon. That's a fact. Is Damian Jones playing today? Have no clue, man, but I hope so. I really do. Lakers versus Nets would get a lot of viewers. That would be insane for the finals. That would be insane. I'm not even going to lie. Even though I don't like the Nets, but just because they have the star power, that would be insane. But, it's rarely the finals matchups we want to see that we get. For example, last year, a lot of people wanted Celtics versus Lakers. They didn't get that. They ended up getting Miami out of nowhere. And then you remember when Kobe was in his prime making it to the finals, LeBron wasn't. And we never got to see that finals matchup. That would have been a beautiful thing. So I wouldn't hold my breath for that Brooklyn Lakers. It might be Lakers versus somebody else, or who knows. But yeah, it rarely happens the way it's supposed to be drawn up, like to perfection. But it would be very exciting. They get a ton of ratings. I know everybody will be tuning in to watch LeBron and Anthony Davis go off versus those other guys. So yeah, That would be that would be fun. That would be fun. He said Minnesota Timberwolves dropped the ball on LaMelo. They will regret the decision for years. Well, you know what? As great as LaMelo is, I think Anthony Edwards is a safe pick, and he has a ton of potential. No, I'm not just talking about his dunks. I saw him when he played for the versus the Lakers. He looked very poised as well. He's super uber athletic, obviously, and I think he has the right head on his shoulders. I think that kid's going to be a star in this league as well. But they're completely different types of players. I think if they didn't have D'Angelo, they probably would have went for LaMelo for sure to pair him up with Cat. But the Timberwolves are just bad at developing players. They're bad at it. Most of the time when they draft a consensus number one pick, they ended up losing it. Like Carl Towns, uh, or even Kevin Love. Yeah, he wasn't consensus, but KG was. They ended up losing that player because they didn't know how to build around him, like throughout the history. And they have been pretty bad at the draft as well. I'll never forget that they passed up on Steph Curry, who everybody knew from Davidson was going to be a beast. They passed up on him. I wanted the Knicks to get him, and unfortunately, the Knicks had the seventh pick, and oh no, they had the eighth pick, and Curry went 7 to the Warriors. And I'll never forget Knicks fans booing Jordan Hill because they knew that Steph Curry was going to be a stud. So the fact that even the fans knew Steph Curry was going to be a star, and and the Timberwolves passed on him for Ricky Rubio, who at the time, I'll admit, he looked very good. And Johnny Flynn, who's not even in the league anymore, that was probably one of the biggest epic fails of all time. But yeah, I think a lot of us online GMs knew that Curry was going to be special. And I was shocked that he slipped all the way to 7. But it happens like that sometimes. Sometimes these scouts, they base a draft pick on a workout or something crazy, man. So it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, to be honest with you. But yeah, he said Lakers versus Knicks. Oh, that would be a dream come true. I don't know if we'll ever see that in our lifetime, man, but that would be a dream come true. That would be beautiful to watch. And obviously, I'm rooting for the Lakers all the way. But just to see the Knicks get to the finals again. By the way, I just got my first Cash App donation from Paul. Paul Theory, I think it's Theory. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Somebody was asking me for a Cash App, so I did open one. It's in the description if you guys do want to check that out. If you guys ever want to donate through there, I do appreciate it. He said, hey, Dan, how cool would it be if the Lakers and the Knicks played in the finals? It would be good for the NBA. Julius Randle's the truth. My goodness, we know how to draft, and I think we might face the 76ers. I think so too, Jarhead. Jeez, you are my brother from another mother, man. Great minds think alike. I think Philly's coming out unless Joel goes down with an injury or something crazy happens there. But I think they're very deep in a 7-game series. Depth is what always wins out. So, wow, the East is interesting. I wouldn't be shocked if Milwaukee snuck up and ends up taking the East. It could very well be the Nets, especially if they address the center position and the point guard position, and maybe get a couple of more role players here and there. But overall, I expect it to be Philly versus the Lakers as of right now. Now, I reserve the right to change my opinion. I reserve the right. I think if things change, situations change, I will definitely be changing my opinion based on the trade deadline or whatever. But if everything stands the way it is right now and the Lakers come back healthy, it will be Lakers, Sixers in my mind. I believe it. So Dan, I think Kawhi joins the Lakers next year and make the ultimate dynasty. We don't have the cap space for him no more, bro, because we signed LeBron to that extension and Anthony Davis to his extension, so we don't have max money to offer next year. We might have to go over the cap just to re-sign our own players we have now. So yeah, the team you're looking at right now, unless there's a trade or some sort of acquisition under the radar, this is probably what we're looking at for the next couple of years, which is not a bad thing. It's a great thing, especially we continue to build on Kyle Kuzma, THT. Because excuse me, guys, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. Here's the thing, guys. The Laker team, as constructed, is only lacking a big man. Now, we don't know if this Damian Jones kid is it, but we are lacking a big man for the future. I was bummed out we got rid of both Thomas and Zubac because I felt like one of those could have been our big man of the future. So don't be shocked if this next draft, we are going to keep the pick. We go out and we get a big man and we end up building him towards the future because we do need one for the future. Everywhere else, we're set. Point guard for the future, it's either going to be Dennis Schroeder, Alex Caruso, or somebody who acquired in the offseason, if not THT. Shooting guard for the future, last I checked, KCP's locked up for the next couple of years, and we can always go out and grab another free agent or THT, or even Caruso could play that position as well. Small forward, obviously LeBron. Power forward, obviously Anthony Davis, and we're just lacking a starting center for the future. So that's where I would, if I'm the front office, I'm focusing on that in the draft. I'm looking for some young athletic beast who can maybe have a soft touch around the basket and maybe do a little something else. Passionate believer, thank you so much. He said, DTLF teaching true wake-up history lesson for the Flippers. I tried, brother. I tried, but I think there's no waking up their fans. They're sleeping like a Snorlax out there, man. These guys are I have to poke them with a stick to see if they're still alive because they don't want to see the truth. They don't want to wake up and smell the coffee. You know, it's the way it goes. He said Terrence Ross would be a good pickup. He would. And again, things can change from here to there. You know, I'm not solidifying this team as a official team, but like I said, if something happens, then we'll go from there. But as of right now, cap-wise, we're pretty locked in. He said that THC guy could be big. Oh, yeah, THC is going to be big. But a lot's going to also depend on the way we develop it and how many opportunities Coach Frank Vogel gives them. If Frank Vogel treats these young rookies like Luke Walton treated his, then he won't develop till he leaves his team. Point blank. It really matters. Coaching staff matters as well. We do have a good development, good coaching staff, right? That can help develop players. So, you know, he shows brilliant flashes of being a star. THT does early in his career, and he already hit like the proverbial young player wall, the one they call the rookie wall, even though he's not a rookie. But technically, he is a rookie because last season he didn't play much, and this is the official first season where he's getting some major minutes. So yeah, this is like officially his first rookie season, and he's 20, so just turned 20. So, but overall, guys, tonight should be fun, and hopefully we come out with a victory. I will be here for the post-game recap. Thank you guys so much for the donations, for the comments. If you already haven't, please subscribe and smash that like button on the way out. It's going to wrap it up for me. I'm going to go get set, man. I'm going to go get the chips, the dip, and all that good stuff. I'm going to make a quick little run to the market because you know what it is, man. Laker time, baby. Anyways, I'll see you guys right here for the post-game recap. Thank you for tuning in once again, and peace out.